Hello, my name is Suckit. We are playing Dingbats and Dragons. It's a rainy day in the overworld. First thing we're gonna do today is work on our house. Now, I'm starting to work on the one tower that we put a roof on. And what I was thinking about is, okay, we don't need that. That's not what we want. I was thinking about adding some light to the outside of it. And the regular chains are okay. But Quark adds some. It looks like there's some from Macaw's and Cyclic. Let's see. That'll give us 3 for 3 ingots. This will give us 2 for an ingot. Alright, that's what we'll do. Now for some lanterns, we have a lot of options. Now the fairy light lanterns go on the fairy light thingamabobbers. But a lot of these other ones we could use. Now, we have some stuff that I'm pretty curious about, but I don't think we have the juice right now. We'll have to look into that. This stuff, on the other hand, we can totally do. Now, I think I like the looks of these. So we'll grab those and take them outside. I've made just kind of a basic to, give it a little shape out here between the architect's cutter and framed blocks. We can get some pretty cool stuff going on, but let's get a chain and a lantern. I may change my mind about the gold chains, but we want to get some shape out here and maybe figure out where to put some trees, some greenery, some paths. This is feeling better and better out here. I did extend the roof out by 1, and if we do similar roofs on, Minecraft circle towers, then we'll probably do the same. I think it's fine here. I actually like it, but I didn't like it on the round. We've got just more signs. We added some additional support-looking beams to break things up a little bit. It needs a little bit more work. But I think we got a general shape, at least. These panels here are particularly good. Now, on the other side, we finally have more panels and a dark oak ladder from Quark. We finally have a more convenient way to get up here, and we're going to have to add a little bit of detail out here. Now we're going to want to frame the entrance somewhat. We're going to want to have a path, kind of coming out and then down this way away from the wall to kind of lead up to what's going to be a greenhouse area, and then you'll be able to walk along here too. I don't know if there will be a formal path there, but to sort of frame the gate, I would like to use cherry trees, but those are a little short. So I think what we're going to do is build up a little bit. They'll grow 3 blocks above where they normally would, and then we'll take the dirt out and replace it with another log, maybe right here. Yeah. Now for the paths, I want to use packed mud, and fortunately we should be able to make it in our fluid encapsulator, just with water and dirt. Where are we? Oh, that's the imbuer, there's the encapsulator. So let's go ahead, make up a couple stacks here. Maybe we will try just the normal size. Okay. I don't know. Not sure I like them. I like cherry trees, don't get me wrong. I'll have them here for now and see how and if they grow on us. Alright, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna dig a little trench over here so that it meets up here, and then we're gonna expand it. Then we're gonna fill it in with mostly mud and mud bricks, but there's gonna be a little bit of jungle mixed in just to give it a little bit of color and texture. So in the back here, this is just gonna be the one story, this tower here. So I switched out the windows and the kind of blocks we're using on the exterior for some blank walls, which we will certainly have some uses for. As I've been building, I'm noticing the decay on the jetpack is getting to be a little much, the hover decay. So we are gonna go ahead. We're gonna need, what do we need? We need sticks. I'm not in the GUI, am I? Here we go. Let's go ahead and make a bunch of sticks. There we are. And just like with all the other ones, we're gonna need 11 of these elite coils. And 5 batteries. That'll give us our capacitor. For the thruster, we're just gonna need to make a couple of furnaces, I'm sure. 2 thrusters. 1 diamond. What's this? Platinum. No platinum in this pack. That's alright. Okay, now this holds a lot more power. And the decay, while not, you know, perfect, is nowhere near the constant, like, you're gonna have to do all this up and down. Awesome. Now, I'm often finding myself needing milk, and I don't want the warehouse to get filled up with, you know, single stack milk buckets. Although we could have our cowhand do that for us if we wanted to, for some reason. We are going instead to make a block from cooking for blockheads that will produce milk for us. We got the milk jar, and we're going to want the cow in the jar. We're just going to place this thing at the bottom of a hole. Let's see if we can't get a cow to come over here. Come on. We'll get one in the hole here. Almost got her. Come on, Bessie. You can do it. Oh, for crying out loud. We'll just hold some wheat over here. That's fine, probably. Boom! 1 cow in a jar. Now we're going to put it right back here and hook it up to the system with another external storage. Now I want some nice bars for the other tower, and to get them, we're going to make a little bit of andesite alloy from Create. Surprised we didn't get an advancement for that, but that'll be enough for half a stack. Alright, now this tower is going to be in a different style from the other ones, and I think these are going to be just perfect. Alright, that's a good amount of progress for the base, I think, for today. Starting to look a little better. So we're going to shift gears, and I want to start getting farther into Ars Nouveau here. We're going to set up a little automatic imbuement system, or at least semi-automatic, so that we can make all of the essences. We're going to make about a dozen each of these. Now the abjuration essence, we'll start here. It's like sugar, fermented spider eye, milk bucket. Actually, let's not start with the milk bucket. Let's start, that thing's still filling up. Let's do the conjuration essence. Okay, so we got all the parts here. We'll need the book, and the horn, and this guy. Alright, let's get that down. Come on. Right there. And we can... and we can go ahead and set this to extract. And we'll just throw all these up here. We have... Is this not close enough? There we go. Now it's close enough. We have another volcanic source link down here. It'll be fine. The only when it's not fine is when it's placed on stone or magma. It'll turn stone to magma and then magma to lava. You don't want that. But we'll get our one conjuration essence. We'll put it in here. And then we'll set this thing to extract. And we'll get a whole bunch of conjuration essences. And then we're gonna just throw it all in an inventory adjacent to our scribes table, so we can make the rest of the tier 1 runes. Because a lot of the ones that we didn't make require one or more of these essences. Well, I think just one. I don't think any of them require like more than one of different kinds or whatever. I'm waiting for the last set of essence to cook up. We're gonna go ahead and upgrade the spell book to level 2, which will give us access to more source in our personal pool, and will also allow us to unlock the level 2 runes. Almost done here, then we'll start doing them. Now to really get all the level 1 glyphs, we also have Ars Artifice in the pack. We're going to need some of the fruit from Ars Nouveau that we don't have. So we're going to have to go out into the world, folks. We're going to make 24 crystallized obsidian so we can get ourselves some crystallized obsidian armor. Now, pound for pound, this is some of the strongest armor in the pack. We're going to need... Yeah, there we go. Yeah, 7 and 6. That's serious. Well, I found 2 of the 3 that we're looking for. Doesn't seem to be an archwood forest around anywhere. But we're just kind of out looking for... Okay, yeah, there's another purple one. Just need some bastion fruit. There's a little bit. We bone meal this stuff? Yeah, okay, very nice. There's a nice little waystone out here. I'll have to explore around a little bit just for fun. There's another one of these things. What kind is this? Moon. Is this one we can harvest? Sure looks that way. Very good, very good. Aha! Looks like these might have different kinds of powder underneath them. Okay. Well, that's 3 out of what? 3 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One's in the nether, one's in the end. There's also air out here somewhere. We'll have to keep our eyes open. This must be a sky font. Yep. Got an earth font. Anyway, a bit of a distraction there, but I think we got all 5 of the fonts that we can find in the overworld. I hope so, anyway. I'm out here in the nether, because I'm looking for, what am I looking for? I'm looking for netherite. I've found quite a bit, but we've also found another spell stone. This one, this is pretty good. It's not quite... Can we get this out of here? It's not quite complete fire immunity, but it's real close. We did eventually find enough ancient debris, and we also finally got a skeletal bee. Now the main use that the skeletal bee is going to have for us is we're going to be able to turn it into a wither bee, and it'll give us a comb that will give us, what do you call them? We need a couple of diamond bees out here too. I gotta breed some and convert them. And more stuff we're gonna do with bees. But with the wither bees, they pollinate off of wither roses, and that's one you definitely want to use the feeding slab for. All your bees will wither to death. Now, one thing we're gonna need to get into. I hope I have some flowers out here. I do. One thing we're gonna need to get into if we're gonna fully take advantage of bees is some genetic sequencing. We're going to collect the genetic material of amethyst bees, and we're going to want 5 of them because this takes a while, and we're just going to fill a hive up over there by the what do you call them? The diamond bees and whatnot. Here we go. There's one. Now to collect genetic samples from those bees, we're gonna need these pokey gene samplers. We're gonna need to teach this thing how to make some diamond swords. And does it know how to make honey blocks? No, it doesn't. Let's take care of that. And then we throw those in there, and it should default to the vanilla honey block as the recipe since we have that coded in. And we're going to want 4 of those. Have we done it all correctly? Yeah, very nice. So it's going to pour honey in here as soon as we have bottles. And is it already done? It's already done. Okay. We must have had honey treats in there. And just like the other upgrade we used, we can just shift-click him in here. And just like it says, you know, like, we'll slowly get genetic samples. Now they're going to pass harmlessly through our centrifuges, go right into the ender chest. We're going to pump those samples right into a gene indexer. This is an inventory that will only accept bee genes. So let's see. Let's go ahead and I guess disconnect it from here. I'll go right in there. Hey, we got our first one, and it's raining. We get all different kinds and all different percentages. And this thing is going to be very useful to us. I think we finally... Yeah, this is a treasure bastion. It took forever to find this. This has got to be like the... and by forever, I mean I just like been using the structure compass to just go to bastion after bastion. Found a lot of stables. But here we are at last. Now this should contain... in addition to all manner of racket, apparently. Oh! This should have, down there, at least. Is that one of those donkey traders, really? Boy, those guys are persistent. But yeah, netherite upgrade, finally, down there. There's one right here. Okay, so I'm still trying to get the pack approved by Curse. It can be very difficult to figure out what they want. It's always some... Crying out loud, dude. It's always some issue with, like, the pack name or the pack title. And it can be very difficult to figure out what they want, especially if you're using the example of packs that are clearly approved and able to be downloaded that seem to follow none of those rules. But anyway, we just, with one of those templates, we upgraded our boots, which was nice. We kept those because they have the plus luck, and we haven't messed with adding sockets to regular gear yet. But anyway, I re-enabled the netherite recipes, so we should start seeing our guys run around in netherite now that we have some to give them and some upgrades that they can use. The blacksmith does it all properly. You saw the recipes. It's like an upgrade in diamonds and the whole thing, so they don't waste it. Alright, we got a good amount of gene samples here. Now, what you can do, you can crap these with each other, like, and the percentages are additive. So if we crafted 2 of these together, we'd get a medium 2%, and then if we crafted that with the remaining 1%, we get a medium 3%. It'll craft with, the ones next up. They just add all together. And the fastest way to deal with this is to just have them in a gene indexer and apply a redstone signal to the gene indexer. You can see them moving around in there as they craft with each other. And it happens pretty quickly, unless you got a whole ton of them in here. And then you end up down to, we got 16% amethyst. The reason we're making an amethyst B is so we can make a source gem B. Now, of course, that bastion was also full of gold blocks, and that in our Bs, making me comfortable enough to finally upgrade this to tier 3, which I guess won't update until we get out of that GUI. This will give us 4096 stack limit, and then the emeralds, very nice, will take us up to 4 rows, and 16,384. That's pretty good. Next tier up is diamonds, which is nice and easy. We have plenty of diamonds coming in. It's a dank 5 rows, 65,000 per stack. After this, we just need netherite and crying obsidian. Amethyst and crying obsidian. The last tier is nether stars. We don't have any nether stars yet. But this, at 262,000 items that would normally stack to 64 per stack, is pretty good. So I thought we'd finish things off today with some stuff from Fantasy's Furniture. It's a cool mod. And the way it works is you make this furniture station, which is pretty cheap. So you can get into this real early. We gotta do something down here. Like, this is much better over here. It's still not perfect, but we gotta do something with the rest of this. It's a catastrophe. So what we need, any planks, cobblestone and related, and some clay balls. Now, Fantasies adds a bunch of things that y'all make in here, sort of like with the, the Mr. Crayfish's station. Now, there's kind of general stuff, and then there's stuff that's all on a theme. Now, we did Dunmer before. I thought we might take a look at Venthyr, whatever that's supposed. That did nothing. Okay. Let's see. Can I just put a V in here? Huh. Alright, well we'll just do the best we can. Some of this stuff is gonna be, some of it's very spooky and it looks cool. Some of this, we got what, snowballs, sweet rolls, mead bottles. Okay, now we're talking. Here we go. We've got a little bit of food. We've got a tea set. Like the sound of that. Teacups. We got a platter? Okay. I guess this goes with it. Let's see if I can grab this stuff. Okay, there's an absolute ton of it, and there's this much for all the different themes. There's also all kinds of, you know, like whatever you want it to be stuff. But it's, you know, there's like bone and black and, you know, sweet gold and evil wizard of several varieties. We're gonna check this out and see how it is. Okay. How low would that be if we brought it down one more? I think let's bring this down one more with the chain. Okay. I like that a lot better. There, you know, 12 feet off the ground. It's fine. We've got these sofas, which I think might be nice to have over here by the fire. I assume, yeah, they have a nice connected texture, so that's good. We'll actually move this one over, I think, because we have some different tables and somewhere we have some carpet. Yeah. And we can put this right here. This does not have a connected texture, but I still think it looks pretty cool. Now, one thing I will warn you about with the lights in here. I do recommend against, like, having these in your hand and having shaders on at the same time. I have in previous versions experienced crashes, so keep that in mind. I'm gonna see if we can find homes for the rest of this stuff. I think it looks okay. Now, not all of these things have connected textures, like you can see with the table out here. It does not, but some of them do go together. Like, we've got this Venthyr wardrobe, which is pretty cool, and somewhere, either in my inventory or in my backpack, we have the wardrobe top. Yeah, here it is. Let's get it into the inventory. That goes right on top. It's, I think it's just decorative, but it does look pretty good. Now, when these things say stackable, okay. So we could stick a bunch on there, huh? What about the book piles? Let's see. If we were to... Yeah, there we go. Nice. Okay. This is looking pretty fancy. Pretty comfortable. So you can sit down, check out the fire. Now these don't do anything. The platters you can stack, but like one of them they look just like one. These teacups are also stackable. It's all pretty cool. Most of the stuff that looks like it should have inventory has inventory. There's so much of it I ended up spilling out here into the foyer. Gonna need a lot more in here besides furniture to finish up. But I think that's gonna about do it for this time, folks. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.